Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today, The Power of Digital Marketing for Insurance Agents. Um, so interesting enough, um, my name is Anae Augustini. I'm CEO of CID Insurance Programs, and Jacob Cole is our marketing specialist, who's a specialist in digital marketing, who will be um, instructing with me today, and because we want to hear about his expertise for digital marketing. Um, and so without further ado, let's get started. So logistics are, you will be defaulted, you're on mute, um, but you will be able to hear but not speak. So your voice is important to us, so please ask questions in the chat room at any time throughout the webinar, and we will stop and answer them for you. There's also a short survey at the end we would love for you to take as well. So what's on the agenda today? So we're going to talk about important business planning strategies. You know, some of the basics of really that you don't always stop and think about because you're so busy in your running your company. And then let's talk about valuable marketing strategies to help you grow your agency and win more business. And Jacob's going to be talking about social media marketing because that's become so important. So in order for you to find new prospects and write more commercial business. And then we're gonna go into a little bit of how you can use our marketing library to take you to the next level of social media marketing, and maybe in other ways as well. Okay, so I'm going to start, and Jacob will pick it up halfway through. So let's start at where we start, which is you need a plan for building your commercial book. And again, as I said, everyone's so busy running their companies, so you really have to take a look. We do a business plan every year. Um, and we take a look at where we are, like where the marketplace is going, and what we need to, what our production goals should be. And so we set that each and every year. It's important for you to do the same. And if you haven't done it in a while, take the time now to look at it. So, because a profitable insurance agency needs to start with a balanced book of commercial insurance. So you need to take a look at your book and define where your strengths are. And what I mean by that is, okay, I'm going to say you could be by coverage, and it could also be by class of business. So you have to really look at both because, with the way our economy is, some classes of business and some coverages are doing better or worse than others. And and down the road, so maybe restaurants are doing really great right now. Contractors are doing really well. We're writing a lot of them. However, if you look 1 year to 2 years down the road, we're going to have a sort of a construction crisis where there's not going to be as much building. It's been impacted by the cost of goods. So contractors may not be what you want to market to or have a book of down the road. So you really need to analyze that. And if you want to talk to me separately about that, that would be great. I'd be glad to give you some feedback. You also, I'm talking, you must see where you are going and have a plan to get there. And that's something that most people don't take the time to do. They're so busy in the day-to-day operations. But you must step back and take a look at where you want to go and where would be the most profitable class of business and coverages to go after to build your book. And in addition, what has worked in the past will not necessarily be what works in the future. Really important to take that into to consideration because everything is changing. In the last 4 years, things have changed dramatically in our world. And so business has changed dramatically as well. So you always have to be looking to see what are the changes coming that we really want to market around or build a stable agency book around. And as I've been mentioning, the economy has a significant impact on your ability to succeed in business. It's been an unstable economy. And I think we all, at least I thought, oh, everything's going to be fine once post COVID, and it hasn't been. It's still quite unstable, and it's going to stay unstable for a while, because we're not done with all the economic changes that are happening around us. And those changes are like moving targets, where one change leads to the next business impact. So again, looking down the road is going to be important, and evaluating how the economy is doing and what businesses are being most impacted is important. So the key is to evaluate your current commercial book, and then manage the direction of your new business opportunities. That's the key, and both need to be equally paid attention to. So let's build that successful agency. Here are what I call the 4 most important things that you need to pay attention to, and they all need equal attention. We run a really efficient, fine-tuned operation for our wholesaler brokerage here. We've developed systems over time, and we keep reviewing our systems to make sure that they're efficient and that they're being followed, because we need to be efficient in order to make sure that we're not we're not top heavy in payroll or things that are causing a lot of labor that don't make us profitable. So that's a really important thing to do. And it's not that complicated, but it's always a good idea. If you're more of a salesperson, then you should team up with someone who's got those organizational skills that are really good at developing systems for running your agency day to day. In order to do that well, you really need to have a good agency team. And so that goes hand in hand and is equally important. So, and you must be able to train that team. We started many years ago. I want to say it's probably going on 25, 30 years ago, recruiting college interns, paid interns part-time while they go to college. And it became so successful for us that most of our team are college graduates that took on a career position with us after they graduated, because it was a good fit with our company. And so that's a great place to start, because there's so much instability in hiring these days as well. It's all over the place, and it's post-COVID, economic conditions, etc. That is causing that. But once you find that person, train them well, take the time, invest in their success for the job. Next, marketing. We have our own marketing department because we realize that's the heart and soul of how we build our organization and how we keep it running smoothly, profitably. We must be bringing in new business, and we must be maintaining our renewals. Establishing that marketing production plan and a budget is important. So taking the time to do that, I know it takes time, but it's crucial. Even if you don't look at it again, at least you've implanted that in your head, and you know what you're willing to take, where you want to go. And last but not least, manage your production results. You have to have a method for managing how you are doing with your production, and manage it weekly, not monthly, because you need to know whether you're making the goals that you've set for yourself. So let's talk about establishing that effective marketing plan. You want to select the class of business to focus on carefully and utilize census data. So the internet, you can find so much information for your area or for the cities that you want to focus on for new business. Successful marketing really is all about building relationships. So that is crucial and became much more difficult during COVID because you, nobody saw each other except for virtually, and so it's those relationships are really important, and you want to maximize both in-person and digital marketing. So COVID taught us that virtual, digital marketing, virtual meetings, all of that is here to stay. It's become part of um, doing business, and it can be very, very effective way of meeting with people, especially that are not right in your area. But don't forget that in person is still very crucial. I think we all got sort of away from that, and being able to meet people in person is how the best way to build those relationships. So that marketing plan should consider all types of community involvement, whether it be word of mouth, referrals, recommendations, online searches, marketing efforts, or materials distributed. And in addition, you want to develop a brand, something that differentiates you from the competition. And what does that look like? Of course, you want a logo that represents what you're trying to communicate, the type of company that someone would want to do business with. Like, for example, CID Insurance Programs, our branding is the broker's preferred wholesale solution, and it's self-explanatory. It basically, that's what we strive to achieve for our brokers, and that's what drives us. And I think it also attracts brokers to us because it states, what everyone wants. So just keep that in mind. That's something to take the time with. And there are marketing consultants out there that you could probably, team up with that can help with some of this. Jake's going to talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. So marketing drives production. So what can you do in order to drive that production? What are some suggestions? Well, you definitely want to build a center of influence. So that would be, and that's defined as a person who acts as a sphere of influence within his or her community. So if you're recognized by them, then you're going to get potentially a lot of referrals. You're going to be respected. It's going to help your business. So how do you do that? You get involved with business councils, local associations. You hold information sessions at events and meetings. Network with local business owners. Participate in local events. Sponsor local events. And you could do that in target industries. And participate in charitable and fundraising organizations is another important way to become involved. So let's talk about establishing that marketing budget. So there's lots of things that you can do. You need to find the ones that are going to be most effective for you. I'll tell you the one that I don't, but I'll tell you when we get there. So business association memberships, where you want to target a particular class of business, that's a very excellent way to get involved and meet those people and get a regular source of. And within those association memberships, you can do sponsorships and participate in their events. Social media consultants is another important way, as I had already mentioned, that they can actually help you get a presence on the internet, whether it's your website or whether it's your social media sites. And then advertising expenses. I'm not a big fan of advertising expenses unless it's cost effective and it's placed somewhere, maybe in a small newspaper where you might get some attention. But magazines and things like that, those are a thing of the past, and they're way too expensive. Don't waste your money in that direction. But potentially a commercial lead generation service can work it's the quality of those leads and what you do with those leads that's going to be the crucial um, uh, thing for you. But all of those things are going to cost money, and so that you need to work those into your budget. And there's a couple ways that you can. Probably the best way is to look at a percentage of gross sales revenue, how much you want to spend per year, and maybe it's 2 to 8%. You start small and you build. And if as you start to get success, then you can invest a little bit more into your marketing in order to build more. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Jacob Cole.
All right. Thank you, Anae, and thank you everyone for joining us. So really quickly, I want to define digital marketing. So digital marketing is a blanket term that basically just means marketing on the internet. There's a lot of types of marketing that fall under this term, and they're all basically just online promotions. So if you've ever sent, like a marketing email, promoted your website, or promoted yourself on social media, you've done some form of digital marketing. And here are the main types of digital marketing that you should know about. Excuse me. And you should really consider implementing into your overall marketing strategy. So the first is SEO, search engine marketing, or search engine optimization. This basically just means getting your website to show up on the first page of Google, or hopefully as the first result on the first page when someone looks up something that's relevant to your business. So such as business insurance agent near me. Excuse me. Next, we have website marketing. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's just the promotion of your website or using your website to promote yourself. Then we have content marketing. This is kind of a broad term, but you can think of newsletters or blogs as examples. After that, we have email marketing. It's probably one of the best and most cost-effective types of digital marketing. If you're not already doing this, we definitely recommend using something like Constant Contact or MailChimp to build an email list of prospects and start marketing to them through email. Next up, we have social media marketing. This is where I'm going to be spending most of the time explaining why being on social media platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn specifically are going to benefit your agency. And the last form of digital marketing that I want to touch on is video marketing. Obviously, this is really anything to do with videos that you create to market your business or services. And, YouTube is probably the biggest one that stands out there. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to spend some time talking about social media marketing, starting off with Facebook. This is probably the best platform to really get involved with your local community. There are groups you could join. So you could join a local church group, a small business support group, or whatever little niche that you're trying to break into. There's going to be a group about that or for that niche, probably multiple in your local area. So yeah, there's just about anything. So spend some time finding a good group to get into and interact with your community. You don't need to just jump in and start selling yourself to them. I would recommend really taking the time to meet people, build a real connection, attend some local events, network, and support and learn about the people in your community. And then once you've built a connection and earned their trust, you can take that next step of, taking care of their insurance. All right, another marketing strategy is LinkedIn marketing, which may have actually been used on you to convince you to join our webinar today. In my opinion, it's the best social media platform, for people that want to connect with business owners directly, which I assume should be all of you. LinkedIn, has a really strong search function with lots of filters that allow you to target certain types of business owners in certain areas. And I'll show you exactly how that works in just a minute. But LinkedIn is also great at building trust, building credibility and building your brand, as Anae mentioned earlier. It's also very cost effective because unless you're paying to run ads on the platform, it's 100% free. So before I jump into a demo, a LinkedIn demo for everyone, I want to go over a few do's and don'ts that you should remember when you're marketing on LinkedIn specifically. First, one of your main goals, besides getting quality leads, should be to build that brand like we've been talking about. You want to have a reputation of being a trustworthy insurance professional that people can come to when they need help. So be consistent in your branding and the message that you're trying to send to people so that they can remember you and remember to trust you. Next, you want to make sure you're providing value. Question yourself and ask, how are you helping these business owners? Are you helping them? And lastly, be understanding. Not everyone is going to respond to your messages or be interested in working with you right away. That's okay. You'll find the right people, as long as you have the right approach. So now, one thing you want to avoid on LinkedIn is overdoing it. What I mean by that is trying to connect with too many people or sending too many messages in a short amount of time. It's kind of just a thing on LinkedIn. You can actually get suspended from the platform if you're sending out too many because they think you're using like some automated software to kind of game the system. So a good rule of thumb is just send out maybe 100 connection requests per week. Anything more could be considered excessive. So just want to throw that out there, and I'll give you a visual understanding of what I'm talking about in just a second. And also, don't worry too much about writing this down. I have a step-by-step guide for LinkedIn marketing. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen. I'm going to send that to everyone after this. So let's see. Next, you want to make sure there's minimal friction for the business owner to give you what you need. So if your first message to them is asking them to fill out some 10-page application or give you a ton of details about their business, they're probably going to be unlikely to even respond to you at all. So try not to ask for much or appear too needy. Start by slowly building a relationship and just see where you're at or where they're at with their insurance need and if they're even open to getting a quote from you. All right, so now that we've got the foundation in place, let's actually go to LinkedIn so you can visually see how this works. So I'm going to jump out of here. So this is LinkedIn. Assuming you have a LinkedIn account and your profile is set up, I'm going to go to the search bar here and type in something like, for example, insurance agency owner. Just an example. You can play around with what type or what you want to type in here to find exactly what you're looking for. Like Anae said earlier, determining what class of business you think is going to be good going forward. If you want to type in restaurant owner or contractors, apartment building owner, something like that, fair game. Whatever you think is going to be best, whatever you're looking to write more of. So next, we start adding filters to our search. I always make sure I'm searching for people up here instead of companies or posts or things like that. Then I want to filter out people that I'm already connected with. So I go to connections and I'll check these two because if it's a first connection, that means you're connected. So second and third, you want to look for that. The other main filter that I'm always using is the location filter. So once this loads, I'll show you that. But most of you are probably only licensed in maybe one or two states, so you can filter by state. You can also drill down a little deeper and search just by city if you want to find people that are more local to you. Let me try to refresh this and see if it'll speed up. Poor timing for this to slow up on us. Here we go. Okay, so I got to redo this. Connection second and third. Okay. This is a location one. I do California. So for some reason it's slow right now, but now you can see it's searching for insurance agency owners that are on LinkedIn that I'm not currently connected with that are in California. And if you're looking for, someone at a specific company, you can add that filter. There's a bunch of other filters too, so you can dive a little deeper if you know exactly what you're looking for. So now you should have a pretty good list of results once you've filtered everything. You can go through this list and start connecting with people you think could be a good fit. So that would just be this button here, connect. You can check out their profile by clicking on their name, get a better understanding of who they are and what they do before connecting if you want. Like I said earlier, it's probably best to stay around 100 connection requests per week. I've done more, but eventually LinkedIn will pop up and say you've reached your limit, and you don't want to see that pop up too many times. So now once you've sent out a lot of requests and people start accepting your requests to be connected, you can go to your My Network tab and see, your connections, your number of connections start to grow. And then you can go into there and start messaging these people. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's best to start slow and provide some sort of value with your initial messages. Nobody really likes random people just messaging them on LinkedIn and trying to be sold on something. So maybe just ask them how their business is going to start the conversation, get to know them a little bit, and then ask them later down the line if they're happy with their insurance agent or if there's something they could be doing better, something like that. You can adjust your strategy over time, how you message people, and figure out something that works for you in the niche that you're going for. So that's the LinkedIn marketing strategy. If you have any questions, you can type them into the chat. I'm happy to answer. That was kind of just a brief overview. So we could always drill down a little more. And you can get creative with the strategy by playing around with your searches, the terms that you use, the filters that you use. So yeah, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I'm going to bring us back to the PowerPoint. All right. So I'm going to show you some more tools you can use to improve your marketing immediately after this webinar. Some of you may already be using these, but we have close to 30 different marketing flyers on our website, CIDinsurance.com. You can customize these with your own information and use them however you like. They're on our website, free to use for a bunch of different classes of business, a lot of different coverages. You don't have to log in. You don't have to be appointed. Just go to CIDinsurance.com. Look for the marketing library under broker tools. So yeah, there's a space on the bottom. Put your name, your agency name, phone number, email. You can type right into it after you click on it on our website, and then save it to your desktop. And LinkedIn is actually a great place for you to post these online so that those people that you're connecting with will see them and know, like, oh, you can write this, or this is like why I need cyber. So you can also use them in your proposal presentations or send them at renewal to existing clients to cross-sell different coverages. So we have a lot to choose from. If you're looking for a specific one that we don't have on our website, let me know, and we can definitely probably make that for you. I also want to make sure you're aware of some of the other tools we have on our website. If you're not already familiar with our website, you should really spend like 10 to 15 minutes just exploring it, because there's a lot on there that we're not going to cover. We have a lot to offer to help you improve your processes within your agency. So obviously you know about our webinars. We record them, and we put them up on our website and our YouTube channel. So go back and watch some of the past webinars. I'm sure there's something for you on there that will pique your interest. We also have proposal templates you can use, so you're able to send out, very professional proposals to your clients. We make it really easy for you to just plug in the information you need and update the template for each quote you get from us. So You don't need to be just forwarding along the quotes that we send you to the insured, because we designed those quotes specifically for you, not the insured. So you want to send them something professional that spells out everything nice and easy for them to understand, and that will make them more likely to go forward with binding a policy with you. As we just went over, we have a lot of marketing flyers you can use, and we also have applications. We have an applications page where you can find all the applications we need in order to quote for you. These applications are fillable, so it's really easy for you to just type into them and complete them much faster than printing them out and handwriting everything. And then our underwriters can typically quote off just about any application you already have completed in your files. So the applications on our website are mainly for you to access if you don't have an app completed yet. So like I said, plenty more tools on our website designed specifically for you to improve your marketing and the internal processes for your agency. So take the time to check everything out. Let us know what you think. Lastly, we want to quickly discuss how CID's underwriters can help you. We have a team of very experienced and responsive underwriters, as I'm sure many of you probably already have worked with them. But they'll pick up their phones and answer their emails, so don't hesitate to reach out if you need any help at all. And when you need a quote from our underwriters, just send your applications to the email there, submissions@cidinsurance.com, and our team will get to work on it for you. So I'm also going to show you our full list of target classes so you have an idea of what we can write for you. It's a pretty detailed list. It's not complete since we're always adding new markets and new products we can write for you all the time, but it should give you a good idea of what we can help with. And I'll send this as well after the webinar, so don't worry about writing any of this down or screenshotting it. But you can see professional liability, workers' comp, and the underwriter, their email is listed at the bottom of the page. So if you see something, if you want, excuse me, if you need a work comp coverage for a manufacturer, you can just scroll to the bottom and say, oh, that's Darby. I'll email Darby and she'll get started on that for you. So a lot of professional, consultants, allied health. We have Teresa, who does garage, restaurants, also manufacturing, contractors, retail stores. And then Michelle is our habitational nonprofit. She does fidelity, churches, special events, everything. So I'll send you this to everyone after the webinar. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help you, one-on-one with marketing or anything that you really need to help improve your agency. So thank you all for joining us, and looking forward to doing business with you. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.